Anyways, what's the next topic?
Next topic is... What's the coolest thing you've ever seen in a museum?
All right.
Well, Mandy, you go first.
I go first?
You go first.
The coolest thing I've ever seen in a museum. I guess it'd have to be the enthroned Washington at the Smithsonian. I don't know if you guys have seen that, but it's like George Washington depicted as like an emperor.
How's that a museum? Oh, wait.
What?
Wait, hold on. Let me try to
Smithsonian is a museum.
George Washington, the museum.
I'm trying to think, like, because museums, I didn't even realize, like, they can either be art or, like, related to history.
Yeah. Oh, you thought...
No, Rushmore, that's not a museum.
You thought I was going to say something art-related or something?
Well, no, I thought you were going to say, like,
museums.
history-related, like, museum about, like, I don't know, King Tut or something, but instead you have, like, an art piece about George Washington.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Anyways, it was done by a guy named Horatio. I don't know if it's Greenough or
Auditore.
Huh?
Sorry, continue.
Oh, God. It's embarrassing. But it's basically an example of freedom. That's just what it was. It's just a giant art piece showing George Washington as an emperor. He has like a...
How is that freedom? Sounds like a hierarchy right there.
Well...
Sounds like anti-American what you just said, Quinn.
There's like a little inscription at the bottom, and I have it written here. It says, Horatio Greenough made this image as a great example of freedom and will not survive without freedom itself.
Damn.
Yeah,
It's
art's
a cool
dumb.
statue, that's for sure. Or sculpture.
Yeah, and it's huge. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Washington, D.C. is really home to
Everything.
the best museums. Yeah.
The Smithsonian.
Is that where the
oh my
Smithsonian
gosh.
is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
Have you ever
I'm
been
just
to-
making
In
sure.
fact, my thing that I'm picking is also from the Smithsonian.
What's your thing, Nick?
And that would have to be the Wright Brothers plane.
I didn't see
I
that
just-
when I was there.
There's an air and space building.
Mm.
The Smithsonian's made up of a couple different buildings in Washington, D.C. They have an air and space one. And that, you walk in and, like, the Wright Brothers plane is, like, the first thing you see. And I just remember seeing it and being like, whoa.
Aw.
That is amazing. That they have the original, like, that's huge. I don't know. I just thought that was the coolest thing ever.
That's neat.
Seeing that in person.
I didn't
just seeing
see
all
that.
the wood and the weird design, you know, the weird Wright Brother plane design. And it's just like, we've come so far in that such a little time space. Soon we're gonna be in computers.
Did they have, like, blueprints and stuff that you could see?
I don't remember blueprints.
They only had black
this
and
was
white
during
prints
my-
back then.
Why prints?
Black and white prints back then.
Oh, black and white prints. I went during my 8th grade trip, so it's been a long time since I went.
Oh, I see.
So I don't remember great details about everything.
So it could have been a replica, but like 8th grade you was like, this is real.
I don't know, man. Like, the Smithsonian is in Washington, D.C. Like, if they would put up a fake one and pretend it was the real one, wouldn't someone find out?
Well, I feel like a wooden structure surviving completely intact for that many years is kind of rare, like really rare. So I don't know if it could have been like
I don't
partially.
know. They could have repaired some of it.
Yeah.
Oh,
That makes sense.
reconstructed it.
I don't know. Man. Thanks for crapping on the coolest thing I've ever seen in a museum, Quinn.
I'm just bringing in life's perspective, you know.
Yeah.
He's just
Well,
jealous,
what about
Nick.
you, Quinn? Yeah, he is
Um,
jealous. He hasn't been to the Smithsonian.
He doesn't know.
I was at the Portland, Oregon Museum. I don't know what it's called.
Okay.
I mean, I've been to a
The
couple
weird
museums, like the
museum.
ones in San Francisco and stuff, but the one in Portland, Oregon, they had an exhibit. The entire museum was dedicated to the samurai era in Japan.
Mm.
And it was like a bunch of, like, I don't even know what they're called, like samurai armor and like swords and paintings and stuff. It was crazy because it's very much like, oh, this is a completely different culture. And you saw like how their stories about like heroes on adventures and stuff. You saw like how they were drawn and what they were about, and like I was reading like all these different plaques because that was like what I found most interesting. Was like there was stories about like a guy who stood on a bridge and wouldn't let anyone pass or something, and then I don't know, like some crazy thing happened with a sheep or something. I don't know. I don't remember. But the thing was, it was insanely cool, and I was like obsessed with it for about 3 days in my head. I was like, this is the most insane thing ever.
You should put on the armor.
I wish. It's all like
Yeah.
locked up in glass cages and junk.
Boo.
It's the Portland
Oh, but they
Art
did
Museum.
have, huh?
It's the Portland Art Museum.
Well, there you go. And they had like this. The thing in front was this like 3 stuffed horses with like basically they recreated this scene of 3 samurai fully in armor with their bows and whatever spears and stuff.
Oh,
And that
that's
was
cool.
insane. Like, oh wow, this is awesome.
Wow, so you're into samurai, huh?
Well, now, well, I guess not. I don't know if I am anymore, but that was just really insane seeing, like, I don't really know much about samurai culture or whatever, and then being immersed in it was interesting.
Mm.
Yeah.